It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll see this team's versatile running back, who's one of the best in the league at running the ball, sitting in fourth. Who knows what we're in store for here?
Next on Madden Football.
Well, the skies certainly aren't cooperating, Brock, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather. As we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there. We don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation. But yeah, that healthy team is usually the better team as well.
Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And this contest is officially underway. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
First play is to the air. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for second down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw now. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this 3rd-year QB.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
The give here on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Flush down now, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
They may not have been the first defense to hit the field today, but certainly they wasted no time making their presence felt. Couple sacks in just the first few plays here, and they'll add more to it if this offense doesn't start to figure out their protection.
So out now comes the punter, and he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The visitors headed back out on offense as we get a look at their receiver. And the number of times he's been targeted has led to some serious results. He's currently top 5 in the NFL in receptions. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one's complete, right side. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 7. Short pass brought in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Tossing right to the short side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. He's dropping back to throw. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They've got a man in motion. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give it to him again. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. This time it's a passing play. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And this drive will start inside the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing now, off play action. Finds a man right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
From the 46. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. They go play action here. He puts some juice on it. They connect on the deep shot. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. It's a 3-3 game. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They've got a first to begin the frame. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Connects on the crosser. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 11, and that gives them the first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes their offense out again. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Throwing it to start this drive. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. And this one does not go far. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun here. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy, too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26, and they're going to have a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings them to 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He's got Andrews. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Andrews with the catch. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
The running back gets it on the draw. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. He's going to throw this one. Setting up the screen. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, In a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Now outruns their offense to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, they'll run. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Toss play, short side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Here's a throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. 1st down, ball at the 36. They'll try and throw it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be a 1st down. Handoff now out of the gun. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
A quick throw swatted away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. They're going play action. He's got a man left. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I could still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like our guy today, and he would say, "Oh, Brock, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart." And really what he's saying is, don't ever try that again.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Back now, pressure on its way. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Caught by the open man. He does it. Touchdown. These guys get some late points and the lead. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense making its way back out now. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. To throw here on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Another try following the sack. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Finding room at the 30, and he makes it all the way up to the 32-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Pass play on 1st and 10. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Before the snap on 3rd and 2, they call time. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys will add to their lead at the end of the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys double their lead to 14. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Throwing now on first down. They bring the pressure, and down he goes! Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Looking to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. That brings us to halftime. It's a 14-point game after 2 quarters of play. As we'll kick you over now to Orlando for the EA Sports
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break.
The story
but
is
I wouldn't call this one over
Let's
just
see
yet.
what the back half
I think
has
there
in
could
store
still be
as
some
we get
fireworks
started in the
yet to
third
come.
quarter. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we play through November, you can see that this hot start has continued. He's the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second and 3 now. Back to the well again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give running right. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Gets this one to Andrews. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Putting a receiver in motion. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Hand off to the back. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes this a 3-score game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 28. Throwing the out route complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From midfield now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing from the gun. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Pass play coming here. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the gap closes to 14 points.
He's happy to bring them 3 points closer, but I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That one's complete over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there, and that'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They go play action on first. It is cut left side. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing it again here. He's gonna try to drop it in deep. Full extension, and he brings it in. And he's got it. Had to lay out for it, but touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And these guys stretch their lead to 21. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Back out runs their offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Throwing off the play fake here. Hits his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And
it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. This offense ready to get going again now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give him a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Back to pass on 1st and 10. He completes it in traffic.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Metcalf there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset? Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll try and punch it in. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! These guys put up even more points in a win. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys grow their lead yet again. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pass play on 1st and 10. And no luck there, and that throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Hits him on the out route. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll throw it again. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They are throwing it again. Completed to his running back. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. That's brought in by Jennings. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Second and 6 coming up here. They send a man in motion. Throwing now from the gun. This one's caught. He has the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And these guys cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Back-to-back carries here. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. It's a gain of 22. And they'll have 1st down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He still has room inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. He brings it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal. Give now to the running back. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. These guys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And his guys continue piling on to this lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Throwing from the gun here. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives them the first. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys trying to do some window dressing. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Caught by Jennings. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 23. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He has it at the 5. Touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Extra point attempt coming up. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And these guys cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And they recover this one without a problem. The onside attempt fails. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Another carry for him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. and you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. A nice showing here from our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.